Okay, so you've got your main character now in your GameMaker Studio game. I've gone for a Mario, and we need to hook up the movement keys with our arrow keys. So to get any key moving on the keyboard, you add an event, and we're going to do while the key is down. Okay, so while we're holding it down, and we need to set this up for up, down, left, and right. So in this paint drawing, we can imagine that this is our room in GameMaker, okay? And our sprite usually spawns up in the top left, unless you've told it to spawn somewhere else. And the way the room works is that it works off a coordinate system. So as you go right, okay, you are increasing or positively adding to your X coordinate. And as you go down the game, okay, you're positively adding to your Y coordinate. So we know that when we're going right, we're going positive. When we're going left, we're going negative. When we're going down, we're going positive. And when we're going up, we're going negative. So with that in mind, we're going to add an event to whatever object you've made that you want to move. I'm going to key down, and we'll start with left. Key down right, add event, key down up, add event, key down, down. Okay, and if you hold shift, use the mouse wheel, okay, you can bring your window over. And we get all 4 of them up here. So let's start with left. Okay, you need to get a set instance variable. Yours might not be here, so you just search it up here. Okay, you get a set instance variable. The X coordinate, we're going left, okay, which means we're going negative. It's going left across the room. And I'm going to set that to a -3. Okay, and 3 is the speed. If you set it to a 10, okay, have a play with it, it'll be really fast, or 5, or 3, or 2, see what works best for you. And you want to tick relative, so it moves from where the player is. Okay, if you don't tick relative, you get some really sort of buggy movement. So opposite to that, we'll do right, set instance variable on the X coordinate. Okay, this is going to be +2, because I'm going to the right. Up, set instance variable, change it to the Y coordinate. And remember now, when we go up, we're actually moving negatively. Okay, so I'm going to set this to a -3 relative. And down, Y coordinate, I'm going to set it to +3 relative. Okay, so -3, 3. Make sure these are set to Y coordinate, up and down. Add your character into your room, okay, and press play. Wait for it to compile your project, and move the arrow keys, and you should have some really crisp movement. Now you might also want your object to collide with a wall, okay, or not be able to clip through stuff like this, okay, where it just disappears. We want it to stop when it gets to the wall, so we'll close the game and set up that collision now. You need to make sure, okay, you have your character and whatever you want it to collide with. In your main character, you want to add an event, which is a collision with an object for whatever object you have. In this example, I've got a wall. And hold shift, scroll over. When it hits the wall, you want to add a reverse in direction. So this might not be there for you. Okay, so you just go in here, search for reverse, and you drag it in. And what that's going to do is it's going to reverse the main character at whatever direction it's hitting the wall. So if I run it, and if I hit the wall, okay, I've gone through it, even though I've set up this line of code. And what you've got to do is you've got to make sure that you've ticked your wall as being a solid object. Now if we rerun it, we'll get really nice collision, okay? And I'm holding it here, and it stops, okay? You can go up, around, hold down, okay, and it's locked in. You can't go through your object. So that is how you can set up movement and basic collision in GameMaker Studio 2.